Preparing.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Hey, George Washington is here too. Welcome back, George. No, I was just thinking about that. I should really start weighing myself again. It's been a couple days. Had a bit of a rough stretch there. Today was another rough day, but we made it through. And let's go and check out some Clone Evolution material. See what we got happening. Oh yeah, Shelly and George both here today. Congratulations. Oh, Shelly made it first, just barely. No, sorry, yesterday I was really cranky with the whole greenhouse situation. I know the stream, I was pretty much ranting and raving for 2 hours, and not many people stuck around to the end of that show. But today I'm actually doing quite a bit better, even though it was a worse day, but it kind of put things in perspective. Just one of my family took a bad wipeout on the steps, so yeah, I was thinking, dear God, who gives a shit about a fucking greenhouse, right? Alright, so yeah, what are we going on to today? Now, I worked on the Tavern Task this morning, so as soon as the game resets at 8 o'clock, then then I should have the Tavern Task completed, or close to. I'm just peeling off the label of my drink. It's only water and some sugar-free stuff, so shouldn't be too bad weight-wise. Not doing any alcohol today. Yeah, if you didn't hear the news, yesterday we managed to beat the dungeon level we were stuck at. We destroyed the dungeon. No, but yeah, it was nice. And then we made it right next to the next boss, but he's a tough one, so I don't see us beating him anytime soon. Now that last Hitler boss, he was really tough too. I don't know how we beat him. I'll have to go back into the archive and watch the episode. I was actually looking away from the screen when we won. I was like, what the fuck? We won? How the hell did that happen? It usually happens to me a lot in life. Everything works out when I'm not looking. Right, it's a tavern. I just never need to look. Look away. See my taxes? Look away. Yeah, so we can see that I burned through shitloads of jewels trying to make it to get all purples, but we did it, and it wasn't that bad of jewels. I should be able to rejuvenate to 10 grand jewels in no time. Sucks that we were almost at like 13,000 jewels, so yeah, we went through a lot of purple jewels the past little while. Alright, so yeah, I forgot to check how long till these ones are completed. Hour 30, so that would put it 6, 7. Holy shit, just barely finished before the switch over. So that was close. So we'll have to come back at like just before 8 o'clock and claim these rewards. Well, I don't think we have to, but just to play it safe. Alright, so yeah, to show everyone what's going to happen once we collect these rewards. Oh yeah, we already got this one, so we'll have to put a new chip in. So that's fucking epic. Yeah! Yeah, that's a good chip. If anyone doesn't know, the resilience chip, who explained it to us? Was it, yeah, Shelly, I think she explained tenacity was the ability to dodge critical hits. Oh, yeah, it says right there, increase HP and critical resistance. Yeah, so that's good. We'll be able to dodge some more criticals, and we got another copy of Jane Austen, which I don't think I need for anything, but we'll see. Maybe that time will come later. Can never hurt to have too many hot blonde babes. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, so the Vibram store, once we collect that, we'll be going to buy the blue-haired guy. I'm going to start calling him a guy so it doesn't sound so bad. And then, yeah, let's see. We're not buying kids, we're buying guys. That's okay, right? Right, so let's go here. Let's go, oh yeah, did we already finish all the tasks? I believe we did. Yeah, all the tasks are done already. So, do we have any expeditions available? Yes, we do. So we can do some expedition battles. I knew I saved some sort of battles. Alright, so this is fucked. So if we move this to this, this to this. Alright, and we gotta take that kid out. Alright, so that should be good. Or like, that kid will never die. Let's put that him there. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, George Washington is, when I woke up and checked Discord, I went, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. No, I really appreciate Discord, man. Like, I never used Discord much before, and now that I've started to get more into it, I'm like, now I see why so many young people switch to it. It's nice to have an alternative from the big mainstream. Alright. Now today on the vape menu, just got some more of my Ghost Train Haze homegrown. I don't know how my homegrown operations are going to go. I got super disappointed when my greenhouse got crushed and destroyed yesterday, but who knows, maybe I'll be able to put it back together. That's the one thing I don't like, you know how people make fun of having to put Kia projects together? Like if you buy something from IKEA or whatever, you'll end up having to spend like months trying to put it together because they're super hard to assemble. I used to never believe in that. I was like, oh, how hard could assembling something be? Then I ordered that fucking greenhouse. That greenhouse took me like 80 hours to assemble. It was like a million fucking little pieces that all had different number stickers on them. And there was literally no way to tell how to put it together unless you just followed the instructions line by line. It was like a phone book to put it together. Yeah, so by the time I finished putting that son of a bitch together, I really didn't want to take it apart. And if even one of those pieces bends, it makes it hard to put the thing together, and I bent almost every piece. So, it's going to be a challenge. But if it works, I can grow some food in it, so I should really try. And we actually got another big greenhouse thing, or a big planter with cages to keep animals out, which is great. Because one of the main issues we have in my neighborhood, every time we grow food, fucking animals, they fucking eat the food or dig it up every time. Last year, animals kept digging up my garden and then just leaving the food on the ground. I was like, you fucking pricks. If you're gonna dig up my garden, at least goddamn eat the food. Don't just dig it all up and leave it on the ground to rot. Sons of bitches. No, who knows, maybe the animals are trying to be nice to me and just picking the food for me so I didn't have to harvest it. That could have been it. Oh fuck man, my whole team's dead. Son of a bitch. Alright, so really we're gonna have to focus on killing this guy, because I believe he's the only one we can kill. Come on, I'm hitting pause and it's not doing anything. Fuck. Alright, so that blue hair kid, let's take him down first. Let's try that. Oh, that's why, because he wasn't red. He got his ass wiped. Oh, fuck, I didn't bet in Hunger Games. Thanks, Shelly. Dear God, if it wasn't... Oh, fuck, I skipped this, but oh well. I gotta get to the Hunger Games. Oh, is it too late to bed already? Oh, let's check. Alright, so Spitfire. Who's everyone betting on? Well, we got 2 hours to decide, thank God. I was worried it was like minutes. Okay, so we got a Shory just battle. Should we just bet on Shory? That seems like a good bet, right? Oh, Coach versus Gizmo. That's a fucking epic battle. Who the hell bet on this? Everyone thinks Coach is going to beat Gizmo, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gizmo pulls off the win. He used to be very good, right? Like, he's basically running my team. This is the team I'm trying to build. Fuck. Alright, see what else we got. We got User 420. I wonder what that's all about. Versus Psychosis. It's ironic, because sometimes people say that 420 can result in psychosis. How everything connects. Alright, so 420, he's the favorite to win. Should I just bet on 420? Seems like a solid bet, right? Alright, so let's do it to the viewers. Normally, I always pick who I'm going to bet in Hunger Games. We'll leave it to the viewers. Anyone wants to pick who I'm going to bet on. And don't worry, this way, if we win or lose, I won't freak out. Because then I won't have myself to blame. I'll have to be more polite. Alright, so I'll leave it for now, but anyone before the end of the episode, they want to put in the chat who we should bet on in Hunger Games, just let me know. And you don't have to be right, like I said, if we get it wrong, so be it. At least we tried. Alright, so Shelly's got a bet for Shori. Think we should go for Shori? Alright, let's go with Shelly's bet. Oh, George Washington says user 420. Yeah, Shori is tempting because she always wins. But, oh man, I'm tempted to go with George too because, I don't know, I love 420. Okay, 420 is basically the same team that, what's his name, Gizmo's using, except much weaker. Which I'm kind of surprised. Holy shit. Psychosis only has 3 heroes. Fucking lot of red stars though, Jesus. Jeebus iced. Yeah, let's check out that Gizmo team again. That was pretty epic. See how Gizmo's team is basically the same? Yeah, Super Healer, Alice, Tank Guy, and Dragon. So let's see. Superhero, or no, Alice, Super Healer, Tank, and Dragon. Yeah, so this is the exact same team. Except Shori's just much stronger. But the funniest part is Gizmo's team. Look at his. Super Healer, Dragon, Tank, Alice, and then 2 extra. So it almost seems like Gizmo's team should be the favorite, right? He's got 2 extra healers, and then the identical team. I don't know. Alright, just to mix it up a bit, I don't want to pick favorites here, but let's go with 420. Just, oh god, should we really? 296, 261. Let's see, 220s, 216s. Yeah, the levels are way higher too. 3 and 2 stars. Oh, 4 star, 3 and 2 stars. So the healer is the only thing that's different on Psychosis' team, and she's a little bit stronger healing. But they almost have no attack. Yeah, someone was using Tengu in the Hunger Games. Imagine that. Alright, so someone suggests checking out Gizmo's team, who he used against the previous opponent. Because really, you can pick different heroes going into the battle, so we really have no idea which team they're really going to use, right? Yeah, Gizmo used the same 4. It's basically the identical teams battling each other. Except the only weak point this person had is they had the kid instead of the girl. So we can see that the kid is actually not as strong, even at 4 stars. And at higher levels. So yeah, this healer here, she's really good. So that'll be inspirational for today. I don't know. So who to pick? So I don't know. Does viewers want to make one more final guess? Should we go for 420 or should we go with was it Shori? It's funny, I haven't really even considered this battle. 324 versus 283. Yeah, if I had to pick, look at the ring around this person. They definitely look like the weaker of the team, right? Unless they've just been playing longer. I don't know. God, it's so hard to pick. Yeah, and Coach versus Gizmo. So many people pick Coach. Alright, so I can hardly wait to see what the battle actually... Now I'm starting to get more into Hunger Games because I've heard of some of these teams before. They're not all just random teams that make no sense to me. Alright, well, let's try something new for a change, and let's go for 420. It's a very popular choice, which makes me worry. Alright. Now Shelly can get a good laugh if we lose and she picked the right one. Alright, good luck, user 420. You damn user. Ah, fuck you. Alright, so, son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Let's go quick battle it, see if they'll give us a victory. You fuckers! Oh! Okay, we didn't get our hands on the chest. Something I'm familiar with. Alright, let's give this a refresh. I wish I could refresh all my chances to get my hands on a chest. Alright, so let's see, go here. Victory! Oh fuck, man, I had the wrong heroes in there. That was a bad battle. I just killed off some of my weaker heroes, but oh well. Let's do some regular battles, see how these are playing out. That way I can get time to vape a little. Let's kick their ass! Holy shit, 4 viewers, 2 likes. Thanks everyone. That's a pretty good ratio. Man, I seen the weirdest development occur, and I don't even know if it's true or not. I'll have to look into it more. There seems to be quite a bit of cover-up involved in it. I don't know if anyone heard the news in Canada, but we really haven't had any leaders step forward to try to challenge the left-wing policies like Justin Trudeau for, I don't know how long he's been in office for. It's been quite a while. And every time there's like a party that rises up to try to challenge him in election, they don't even have like 10% of the support. So it's almost ridiculous that they even try, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. The weirdest thing that's happened yesterday that I started to uncover some more of the information is in the past, a couple years ago, me and my friend Rob, he was talking and joking with me about how there's a new politician that's rising up behind the scenes, and it looks just like, or he looks just like my friend Rob, and he has the same name, Rob. So I was like, isn't it funny, man? This politician looks just like you, and he has the same name as you. Even his last name's almost the same. It was almost like 1 or 2 letters different. So I was like, what the fuck, man? That's really weird. This strange politician that no one's really heard of has the same name and looks just like my buddy in Montreal. So anyways, a couple years goes by. We haven't heard much of this politician. He just kind of created a Facebook page and hasn't been that active. But, well, the whole world situation, there's a lot of protesters that have been in Canada news. Like usually someone will organize some sort of protest event and there's an organizer, and that organizer always gets arrested and dragged away by the police and stuff. So a lot of times who the organizer's been, and, well, maybe not the organizer, but one of the guest speakers, is that one guy with all the neck tattoos. He's like this activist in Canada. So I've seen him on the news quite a bit. I was like, everyone knows him as like the anti-mask guy or whatever. He's been doing guest speeches all around the world. And he keeps fighting for his right not to wear masks. And he said he's never wore one, and he has no plans of ever wearing one, that he'll fight it to the end. And I was like, wow, that's really weird that this guy is so famous on the news like that. I don't know if just because he's also a big weightlifter, like he's very ripped. So I was like, here's this really ripped guy who's fucking on all the news with all the protests for the past, I don't know, year and a half, however long this situation's been going on. And everyone knows this protester guy is Chris Sky. And then I found out yesterday, well, I should have realized, his Sky isn't his real last name. It's just like one that he uses for his social media. So then it turns out like he's the son of a really rich guy. But they, I forget, they never really say who his dad is. So this was the revelation that I had yesterday. It was when I was watching a different talk show with that Chris guy with the neck tattoos. He started listing some more information about himself so I could look it up, and then I found out a post from that politician that looks just like my friend's Rob. It turns out that it's his dad. So I was like, what the fuck, right? So that guy that's on all of our news in Canada fighting all these lockdowns and protests, or in protest fighting the lockdowns, turns out to be the fucking son of this really rich guy that's going to try to rival Justin Trudeau to be our leader. And he's running on the platform of like getting our human rights back from the dictators. So I was like, wow, that's pretty wild. So here this whole thing sort of went full circle. We were joking about this politician a couple years ago. They looked just like my friend Rob. Next thing we know, there's fucking giant pandemic that breaks out. Then this weird guy with neck tattoos rises up into the face of all the media, and then it turns out his dad is the one that's running to be the prime minister. So I don't know how true it is that that's who his dad really is. I keep trying to trace it. The only thing I could find was a picture of the leader, like the political leader, with the anti-mask guy calling him his son. But I don't know if he was just referring to them because he has the same values as him. So maybe that's what it was. But they do look a bit alike, so I don't know, maybe. Oh yeah, and this new political leader that's supposed to take over Canada turns out to be fucking apparently involved with the Italian mafia or mob or whatever. Which I know that's always like just like hearsay, but it makes you wonder. It'd be wild if Canada ends up getting run by the mob. Go from one mob criminal organization to another. Yeah, there's no real conservative party in Canada anymore. Everyone jokes about it. How the conservatives were defeated in our country is they started putting liberals in. So it's like you'll have the leader of the conservative party has all the same values as a liberal or a left wing. So it's like, how can you even vote and call the guy liberal or conservative if he's not even really conservative? Like if you're pretty much toting the line with the green scam, the environmental movement, veganism, all that stuff, then you're a liberal. It's like no matter how fucking conservative you claim to be. So I don't know, it's a weird situation. Now I heard some other video game shows, they were getting into trouble with their viewers because they were talking too much politics, so I'll try not to talk about it too much. Now what they were going on is saying that the anti-mask thing is not political. Like it isn't the left-wing people telling you to wear masks. I'm like, well, in my country it is. In our country, it's basically the only people telling you to put on masks are the fucking left-wing media sponsored by the government, the pharmaceutical companies, trying to give us this fucking experimental shit. So I was like, holy fuck, man, it is like a hardcore political issue. There's no one on the right here that says that you need to wear masks. Especially the doctors. We got tons of right-wing doctors in Canada that say the mask shit's bullshit. So I don't know how they can get away with trying to say it's not a political issue. It's definitely left and right thing. Maybe there probably is going to be some people that cross over and are like total mask, doesn't matter which political party they are, but always exceptions to the rule. Now, for me, I kind of even like wearing masks, and I don't really care about left or right wing. I like some of both of their policies, so I try to be a centrist to some degree. That was one thing everyone gave Trump a hard time. I even hated his vaccine sales by the end there, but I did like his moon plan. That's the one thing that when he was in office, I liked his moon. He didn't pull a mooner, no, he got us to the fucking moon, or he might if his mission fails. We'll see. We've got 3 years and we're supposed to have a base on the moon. I don't know if anyone heard the space news, but they tested one of the astronauts to see what happened when he got back from space, like being in the space station. It's technically not space even, it's still Earth orbit. But anyways, he was in Earth orbit for a year. Guess what happened to his heart? They said it shrank by 30%. So you really wouldn't want to be on the space station for too long because you're dying every minute you're there. It's pretty fucked up. Well, really you're dying every minute anywhere, but you're dying faster on the space station. And the only thing I can think of why that would happen is when you're in free fall around the Earth or orbit, your heart doesn't need to work as hard. So it gets weaker, right? Then shrinks. They always say if you work too hard, doesn't it enlarge your heart? Wonder if in the future they'll be able to do something like that. Take people with a large heart, bring them up to orbit, get them to stay at the space station for a while, and then their hearts will shrink back to a normal size. Maybe it doesn't work like that, but who knows? Just a guess, not medical advice. So I'm pretty sure like once we go to other planets like the moon or Mars, then we won't have that same free-for-all problem because we won't be doing a free-for-all when we're on the planet's surface. We'll have some gravity. So hopefully that's the thing, if Mars has less gravity, does that mean everyone on Mars, their heart will shrink by like 10, 20%, however much less the gravity is? So hopefully everyone can still get by on Mars with a shrunken heart. Yeah, sadly when it comes to Canadian stuff, I only know stuff really near where I live and Toronto. And my city's an hour, what is it, east? No, an hour west of Toronto. No, and most of the other country, I haven't been at all. So that's what I was thinking if Canada did really lock it. Oh, we won a gold chest. Yes! Yeah. Alright. Nothing like getting your hands on a chest. Yes! Purple. Now I was going to say is when it comes to Canada, if we had lockdowns for a really long time and we had to stay within Canada, I'd be very fortunate because I could spend an entire lifetime just traveling within Canada. I haven't really been anywhere. My whole life I lived in almost the same 2-block radius. I went to the same elementary school and my first job and everything for like the good first chunk of my life was all within a 2-block radius. So I started to realize that as my life went by, I had lived like 30 years. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, that was okay. No, I had lived like 30 years without ever leaving like a 2-block radius. I was like, holy fuck. So that's when I started to panic a little and I started traveling up north because like, fuck it, man. I really got to expand my horizons and see more of anywhere. Not just stay in the same 2 blocks my whole life. Now, some people might really laugh at that because they'd be like, man, you've never lived anywhere different? It's like, no, like I grew up in the same house. My elementary school was like right next to where my first job was. So I literally spent like 30 plus years all within a 2-block radius, just very rarely leaving that area. Yeah, so when people ask me about stuff like Calgary or British Columbia or even the East Coast, I have no idea. I haven't been to any of these places. Well, one time I did travel as far as New Brunswick, but I only went for a week or two. So out of your whole chunk of your life, it's not really very much. Week or two in another province. Now I've only spent like, I think maybe 1 week or 2 weeks living in a different time zone. And then that's when I traveled to New Brunswick, and it was only an hour different. So who knows, maybe at some point my life will change more and I'll get to travel and see more, but hey, who knows? Even if we're stuck just in Canada, I'll have a lot to explore. Hopefully I won't be able to keep saying that forever. Be nice to actually make some progress, seeing shit. Yeah, I keep having the dream that I saw the ocean. I think I had it twice this week. Where I got to the ocean, I'm like, I gotta take a selfie near the ocean. And then I wake up. Isn't that the weirdest thing to wake up from? Having a repeating dream about going to the ocean to take a selfie? And it's always the same thing in the dream. It's like, I'm like, oh fuck, I almost forgot to take a selfie. And then I go to take the selfie and I wake up. So I'm like, man, that's pretty fucked. What a weird repeating dream. Now, I've never been to the West Edmonton Mall, but I've heard a lot about it. Alright, so I got called away. I gotta go make sure that my roommate is okay. She has a bad concussion today, so... I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Now, I'm not sure exactly the details, but someone I know... Oh, fuck. Dear God. Yeah, maybe I won't even talk about it. That was not a good sign. I just spilled my beer and almost cut my foot. That was close. Alright, so we'll crack the beer. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. So many people have always seen the ocean. Anytime they fly somewhere, they fly over the ocean and stuff. But I've never really flown internationally either. The only time I've ever flown anywhere was up north. So I've never seen the ocean even by air. The closest I got to seeing the ocean up close was when I was in New Brunswick. I could see it in the horizon when we went driving to the mall. I was like, oh fuck, there's some water in the horizon. Everyone's like, oh, that's the ocean. I'm like, really? I've never seen the ocean. Let's go see it. And they're like, oh, we'll go after the mall. And then we went to the mall and everyone was too tired. And they're like, oh, let's just go later. And then we never went. And I was like, fuck, man, I traveled halfway across the country. I never got to see the ocean. I was right there. I should have just ditched everyone. I'd be like, come on, guys, you guys don't want to go? See you later. I'm just going to go see it and I'll come back and meet you. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it now. Why I keep dreaming about it, but who knows, maybe one day I'll accomplish the goal, I'll make it to the ocean. No, I did get my passport, and then right when I got it, the fucking lockdown started. Like, literally like a few months after. So I was like, fuck, man, my passport's useless now, because unless you get that experimental treatment, you're apparently not even going to be allowed to leave, which I think a lot of people are trying to get as much travel done as they can before they implement the laws completely, because it's really just a threat right now. They haven't really put it into practice. That's where that Chris guy, the weird neck tattoo guy, whose dad's going to be our next prime minister, he was all about quoting the laws about how they can't actually do a lot of the stuff they're trying to do, and he knows all the laws. I was kind of surprised. People made fun of that guy because he's like big and muscle bound, calling him like a muscle pea brain or whatever. But when he talks, it's like, holy fuck, man. The guy like has like entire legal books memorized and he can just repeat it quote for quote. So he almost strikes me as one of those like crazy sober people that he like really dedicates his life to like a lot of different shit, and he doesn't get dragged down by like drugs and alcohol. Which I think a lot of people would probably think the opposite about him when they see that he's covered in tattoos. It's like, just because someone's covered in tattoos doesn't mean they don't have a productive life, right? It's kind of like a misconception. Well, I think what it was, it maybe even is in some parts of Europe, only criminals had tattoos. So if you saw someone who had a tattoo, you knew they just got out of jail or something, right? But in other countries like North America, people in general started getting them. No, shitty. I said I wasn't going to have a beer, and then I walked past the beer fridge. I was like, ah, gotta grab a beer. Yeah, yours lasts 10 years. That's pretty good. I don't know. I'll go check the expiry date of my passport. I know where it is. I'll come back in 1 sec. I guess they say you're not really supposed to show your passport, so I won't show all the details to it. That's why I laugh that my life is like the Truman Show in a lot of cases, because like every time I try to get out of this 2-block radius, some sort of disaster happens and I can't go. Yeah, so yeah, this is my passport for Canada, Canadian passport. So if anyone's wondering if I am really Canadian, now you can see. Well, I'm not going to show you the whole inside of the passport, but maybe I can show it to you at a distance. There's some cool parts. I'll try to like hide my address, or is my address even on here? Yeah, well, we'll hide most of it. Yeah, so there's my Canadian passport. It's got like a hologram system on it. It's pretty cool. I don't think I showed too much there. Tried to hide everything. No, I only got to go to one place. I don't even know if they stamped it. I should check. That'd be neat if I actually did get it stamped. No, they never did stamp it. I went to the States once on a casino trip, and I used my passport. That's the only time I got to use it. So I went to Buffalo with my passport. And it was a fun casino trip. I got to try all-you-can-eat buffet. Excuse me, I almost got stranded in the US without my passport. That was close. I don't know if anyone heard, that was a bus trip that I got booed by an entire bus full of people. Because what happened is the bus time got screwed up. They had the wrong bus time written inside the casino. So when I asked what time the bus was leaving, the bus driver told me to go inside, ask the casino. So I asked the casino and they gave me the wrong time. So when I came back for the bus, there was a whole bus load of seniors and they were all yelling and booing at me, saying that they had to wait a whole extra hour because I was a prick. And I was like, it wasn't my fault. I didn't know that the fucking goddamn sign was wrong. And the worst part, I was inside the casino waiting for the bus the whole time. So if anyone would have came in to look for me, they would have found me right at the lobby waiting for the bus. Which is the most ironic part of it. Yeah, don't worry. As soon as I get my own place, I'll share my address with everyone. Actually, if anyone wants my address at my real house, like the one that I own, that's condemned, I can give you that one. Everyone can come visit me, especially if you're what is it? Your family's carpenters and you can build me a new house. Then come visit as soon as possible. No, where I live up north is, well, I shouldn't say live up north, because I've only bought the place and I've never actually been able to live there. I've only stayed on trips, and each trip was only about a week or two long, sometimes even less. So, no, I haven't really lived there. And the one kind of thing that sucks about living that far up north is it's a very small town compared to Toronto. Because, like, up north, I'm looking at, like, there's maybe 100 or two, well, I don't know, I shouldn't say that, maybe 1,000 or two people. But when you go to Toronto, there's like millions, right? Alright, let's bring up my place up north. Now, I dream one day that I'll be able to fix my place up north enough that I could live there, but to be more realistic, the most I could really afford to do is fix up my garage, so it would be nice enough to stay in. Fixing the house would be too much because I'd have to demolish the house and then rebuild it from scratch, which is far more expensive than just fixing a garage. But who knows, maybe one day. I shouldn't say maybe one day. I think one day when I do have to look for a new place to live, that is where I'll be tempted to go. Because I'll be like, shit, man. If I already have a place, I should take what money I have from what I've saved staying here. And, yeah, try to fix up my garage. Alright, so let's check out the center screen. So if anyone's wondering how to get to my place from Toronto, say you took the airport or a plane, you'd have to land here in Toronto. And then Toronto has buses and a train that will take you up Highway 11. And this Highway 11, you can go for like 6 hours up north. Straight, just driving. The farthest I've ever taken it is to Iroquois Falls. Or no, to Cochrane. And once you're in Cochrane, up here is where polar bears live. So you really don't want to go too much past here, because if you did, you'd be camping next to polar bears. And with polar bears, it's no fucking around, right? Like, you're not even allowed to camp there unless you have a high-powered rifle, because if a polar bear comes at you, even if you had a handgun, there's no way you could stop it. It would just eat you. Yeah, so that's where in Canada gun laws are pretty fucked up, because like if you live here and you go outside, you need guns just to go outside, or the animals will eat you. Yeah, so that's a little bit scary. Almost all the Canada's best gold mines are near here. This is where I took that flight, my YouTube video. We flew all the way to here. So if anyone wants to see what it's like to land at the airport here. Oh yeah, and this is where I landed, and I almost got eaten by the black bear. So this was the highway that the Pepsi truck driver, he saved me. I was actually going to bike all the way from there to there. So luckily, or no, I was going to bike from there to there. But I got a ride from the Pepsi truck driver instead. Alright, so anyways, we'll get a quick look at my place. This is the place, if you take the train actually hasn't even opened. They said they're going to open it soon, but who knows how long that'll take. But if you take a bus, it'll just take you up Highway 11. But if you take a train, it'll take you all the way to this place. They hide it on the map. It's funny. It's called Swastika. It was named that before the World War, so don't worry. It's nothing about Hitler. But yeah, this is where the train station will be if you want to take a train from Toronto to get there. I'm actually going to do a travel vlog showing people what it's like to go from Toronto to here. And they have a campground. I'd be scared to camp here because there's a lot of black bears that live all around here. So if you're going to be camping here, just be careful about bears. Right, so as you can see, there's fucking gold everywhere. That's why this place is called Swastika. It was like a fucking really old gold mine, like one of the first ones in Canada. It's the second best gold in the entire world, which is kind of funny. You hardly ever hear about it. So yeah, that's another gold mining town. This place is where a lot of my friends live that are miners. And Crystal Beach, this is like the Miami Beach of up north. If you want to see bikini babes and you travel up north, this is where it's at. Obviously, there's only going to be a couple hundred people, not like thousands like Miami, but... Yeah, this is Larder Lake. This is the Ancient Mystery Lake. And you can tell that Dublin's here because it's involved with ancient mysteries too, right? This is where the ancient Stonehenge is. That's up north. Oh yeah, here's my place. Finally, the end of the tour. This is where my place is up north. Oh no, that's not it. Can't even find my own place on the map. Here it is. Yeah, so that's my house up north, 18 North Current. If anyone wants to come visit me. My house actually has a new roof on it, so it doesn't have a metal roof like this picture anymore. But sadly, the foundation broke here. So the whole house is ready to collapse. So you can't even really go in it anymore. I do occasionally because the belongings of the people that used to live there are still in it. Which is fucked up, right? Like how many times do you buy a house that has everyone's shit still in it? Yeah, and then this is like this corner I actually don't own. The city owns it, and now someone's put a trailer there. So someone lives in like a trailer park trailer right next to my house up north. And as you can see, if you sit on the front porch of my house, There's actually little mountains that you can see in the distance. There's a lake, and a lot of the other houses are run down. And there's a house across the street that appears to be haunted. I'll show it to you. This guy here, he covered his whole house in tinfoil and made flowers and trees out of it and stuck them sticking out of his house. And he set up a chair on the roof of his house that he took from a minivan and put it up there. And he has it so that he can sun gaze or stargaze the shadow coming off the largest mountain on the equinox. Just kind of fucked up. And he wrote like paranoid writings on his walls telling people that he thinks everyone's out to get him. It's kind of fucked up situation. And some people are thinking that it could be just him. But when I bought the house here, there was actually some really weird shit in the house too. So it almost seemed like both of these houses were haunted. And some people think it's because of the fucking energy in this area. It created the gold, and it's created this weird fucking paranormal shit that's happening. Yeah, so if anyone's wondering what's the big mountain that my place is near, that's the big tourist draw, I'll show you how far it is to walk to it. It's actually not even that far. Want to see something freaky? It's like you're like, hey, let's go get a meal at the restaurant. So let's cross the street, see if I can get some food here. Boom. Guess what happened? Since the picture was taken, the restaurant had a fire and it burned down. So there's nothing left. Isn't that fucked up? Alright, so this is one of the lodges up north. And this is the best place to stay if you're going to come visit my place up north, because obviously unless you're camping, you won't be staying in the abandoned house. So yeah, if you took the train, I would take a cab from the train station all the way to here, which is about $40 by train, or a cab. Yeah, so I stayed one night in this lodge. It was a pretty nice lodge. The rooms were reasonably priced. The only thing was it was very busy. So unless you're there at the right times, it'd be hard to get a room. And then there she is. There's the giant mountain that I like to camp on. So that's the big mountain that's the tourist draw in this area. It's funny, it doesn't stand out in this picture very much. I'll have to show a better one. Alright, so let's get back to the game. Sorry to go on a rant there, but yeah, that's what my place is like up north. If anyone wants to come visit someday. No, and if you're underage, you got to come with your whole family, I guess. But yeah, most people should be all welcome. Now, it is a nice family destination. You know the most wild part? I'll show you in a sec. Right now, the town is kind of like in a low. That's why I bought a house there, and because of that mountain. But what happened was they started to find more gold, specifically right under my house. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with the mining noise. But and underneath that lodge, there's a whole bunch of gold underneath it. But anyways, since the region is kind of in a low right now, a lot of the real estate in this town is dirt cheap. Not only so cheap, but for the price of like I think, what is it, $200,000 or something, you can buy a fucking restaurant that comes with like a lodge that has like enough rooms for like 12 people to stay, or like 12 separate rooms, and a lodge for $200,000. And for retrospect, just a house in Toronto cost over $1 million. Like just a regular house. I'm not even talking a mansion or anything. Even a shack in fucking Toronto cost $1 million, for God's sakes. Yeah, so if anyone was like an investor, like fuck, I can't offer investment advice, but if I had $200,000 to invest, I would buy this restaurant. And I'll give people a shout out to what it looks like. Now, so I've actually came and got some really good food at this restaurant. The people that worked here gave me super cheap deals to stay in the lodge. I think I stayed in one of the lodges up here that they own. Had a fucking huge TV, a whole dining room, I'll show the video someday. For 20 bucks a night. Couldn't fucking believe it, man. Those people up here are so nice. Yeah, and then there's some other places that are attached to this that are like rooms that you can rent. And this whole restaurant, lodge, and everything, 200 grand. That's how much they're asking for it. And it has a view of the fucking mountain. So I don't know. One day, if I ever get my act together, that's where I'd like to fucking invest in. Especially once that train service opens. Because you figure if they have regular trains coming from Toronto up to that location, it's only a matter of time before people start going there. Especially with the way everyone's getting pissed about camping spots being overbooked. We literally have so many people that want to go camping that our campsites in like near the cities are sold out years in advance. It's fucked up. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe I will one day move up north and I can invite everyone who's into watching my YouTube channels to travel to Canada someday and see the sights. It's pretty wild. I know a lot of the people up north don't want like a whole bunch of tourism, but some do, so yeah, well, cheers to the future. Who knows what's in store. Makes me excited because I was just talking to some of my friends that work in the mine this week. They're wondering when I'm coming up next, and I'm trying to tell everyone that I would be coming up right now, but I still gotta look after my uncle, so it's gonna be a while before I can do it, really. Oh, dear God, man. Camping up there is so wild. The only thing you have to do is make sure you don't come during mosquito season. Unless you're okay with wearing a bee suit all the time. If you can wear a bee suit all the time, then yeah, you can camp during mosquito season. No, I'm just checking out my computer, 3D animations. It's lagging a bit, so I'll check it out later. Holy cow. Bosnia, yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, Croatia I've heard would be nice to stay in because the prices are pretty good there. I know some hot babes that live in Croatia. Wish I knew them better. Yeah, my friend, he's from Bosnia, and he goes back and forth to Bosnia once a year. But I think he can't right now because of the whole world travel situation. Well, maybe he still can. But the government's trying to discourage it. Yeah, London, eh? That'd be pretty wild. 1,200 bucks. Now, I think when it comes to travel these days, in most cases, the expense isn't really the transportation, but it's more or less the how much it costs for housing, right? Like, how much is your week at a hotel going to be? Or 2 weeks or whatever. I know that's the killer when you go to Toronto, is even like when I first started traveling to Toronto, it was hard to get a place for under 100 bucks a night, even if you're staying in a shack. And it's not uncommon to pay like over 200 a night, so if you're staying for like a week or two, you're looking at near 3 grand. But that was before Airbnbs really became popular, so I don't know how much Airbnbs are in Toronto. I'll have to try to look into that. My whole life, like growing up, when I used to travel and stay in Toronto, it was always just like, what did they call those, hostels? So I tried those quite a bit. Hostels are a wild adventure. I don't know if anyone's ever done hosteling before, but it sounds freaky. And if I was a woman, I probably wouldn't do it, but yeah, as a guy, I don't think it's as risky. Especially if you're a big guy. I noticed a lot of times when I was younger, I used to be paranoid to do stuff. And then I started to realize that everywhere I travel, I'm always way bigger than everywhere else. Just because I'm like 6'2", right? So I don't have to be as paranoid when I travel, especially if it's in a region without guns. Because I'll be like, well, unless someone has a baseball bat. Or a whole group of people attack me. Then I'd have to be worried. That's why I noticed with Bald and Bankrupt's channel, I think he's pretty lucky that he's a big guy too, right? So when he goes traveling, he doesn't really freak out when he's approached by locals, because most cases he's over double their size. So he doesn't have to be like, oh fuck, someone's gonna whoop my ass. That's where I figure I got an advantage for outdoor vlogging too, if it ever starts up again. I know a lot of people are doing it already, and I've got some new ones planned soon, but... Oh, we had a question from a new viewer. Any advice on how to be better armed heroes? Ah, Mr. Augusto. Yes, let's check out that. It sounds like an interesting question. I need some more topics to keep me on the game. Excuse me, sorry. It has nothing to do with my manners. It's all the beer's fault. Damn bear. Alright, so when it comes to the equipment, we were just talking about this last episode. If I miss anything. Obviously you got your regular equipment that's underneath your armor, but then you also got your chips. And these chips, oh yeah, which reminds me, I just got a new chip. So let's equip it and answer the question at the same time. So really when you get these chips, at the beginning, you'll start getting, I forget what color it is, like blues or purples or something. You can eventually upgrade them all the way to gold chips. And some of these gold chips, you'll end up replacing anyways because you start unlocking hybrid chips. Because most chips you get will just have one attribute. But once you start getting the hybrid chips, then it'll have two attributes. So that's what I just unlocked, was a new double attribute chip, so we'll equip it. Who should we equip it for? Let's check which one we unlocked first. Now, it's obviously not the only way you can soup up your heroes, but it's the one we'll cover for now. Alright, so it's a resilience chip. Alright, so let's equip the resilience chip. Alright, let's see where it is.
Only in fairy tales does the one you love tell you, you will forget me.
Oh, fuck. Oh, it's my friend Keith calling. Alright, so I'll have to let you guys go. Well, 1 second here. Hello? Hey? Oh, did you just message or? Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh god, no way. Shit. Yeah, what time are you thinking? Cool. Alright, I'll be outside in about 5-10 minutes. Sure. Okay, see you then. Alright, bye. Yep, bye. Yeah, we'll do. Alright, later. Bye. Alright, sorry everyone. That was just my buddy. Man, his fucking mom got injured. Man, that's brutal. Alright, so yeah, we'll equip this chip and then I'll have to go and meet him. Ah, man, I don't know what it is lately. It's like it's not even just the virus. So many people are getting hurt in different ways. It's like, God, I don't know. It's like worst luck ever. I don't want to jinx it, but man, what's going to happen next makes me wonder. Alright, so which one are we going to... It's a resilience trip. Increased critical, dodge, defense, increased attack. Who should or what should I critical? None of these are like really defense ones, right? There's one. So swap the HP? No, I want extra. Let's give it to someone else. Yeah, tenacity would be good for this guy. Yeah, so you have to check out all these different chips and their attributes and see which ones you think are going to be good and bad. Yeah, no, I'm thinking, man, I keep forgetting my buddy's on his way over. So yeah, I'm going to have to let you go. No, he sounds like he's in a bad mood, and I think he wants to get some booze. So, no, I owe him a few beers from last time, so I'm going to have to pay him back. No, it sounds like he's in a hurry because his family's in such a rough situation. All right, so I better wrap this up. So we'll give a shout out to everyone who's in the chat. He's going to be here in a minute. What am I doing? All right, so Shelly, thanks again, Shelly. Appreciate you joining the chat, making it first. George Washington, thanks a million. Who else was in here? Oh yeah, Pasco. So thanks, Pasco. Hopefully, sorry I didn't get to answer all your question. If my buddy didn't call. Holy shit, we're already over an hour, so at least that was good timing. Alright, so let's wrap things up. Oh yeah, let's give an applause for everyone who's in the chat. Thanks, everyone. And everyone who's in the chat after. I know someone who was in the chat after said that I had a really shitty show yesterday, and I agree with you, sorry. It was a rough show. It's the thing when you stream every day. You're going to have some good ones and some bad ones, right? Mainly bad ones. I'm not worthy. Not worthy. No, so thanks everyone for joining in the chat today. Really appreciate it. Next episode, what we'll be doing is collecting those rewards and getting the blue-haired guy. So then we'll really just be one person away from Arena Girl. All right, so let's wrap this up. Oh yeah, the sponsor message. Thanks, Shelly. Thank God I got viewers that are watching.
Right, today's rushed episode was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo!
All right, we're back. Yeah, so thanks again, Shelly, and all the other viewers. Oh yeah, let's go to the affiliate links. All right, patrons list. I didn't get a chance to show it, but I'll show it twice next time. Society 6, finishing quick is my specialty. Comes in t-shirts and bed sheets, both bought by the ladies. Hydro TV will pay you to watch videos. Schweibucks will pay you to shop online. GameKit will play you video games. And free Bitcoin will pay you to use a wallet system. Sorry, talking too fast. I'm going to do Busta Rhymes style, right? Virtual Maid Sex Machine is for adults and men only. But if ladies need one, they know who to call. Just kidding. Right, and let's see, yeah, click to show more information. My website's in there. Yeah, and just try to take care of everyone. I know even my viewers are talking about it. All these bad accidents keep happening lately. So, dear God, I might try to bike with my both hands on the fucking handlebar lately. Shouldn't be riding with no hands so much. All right, so I fucking jinxed that. All right, so yeah, my website, Virtual Mate. Let's go to the fire screen. Fire. All right, so what do we got in the fire screen today? Let's go with this one. If you happen to get a pirate bandana, level 40, in the Vaporizer, and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. Doesn't happen, you can give it a like, really appreciate it. Just make sure, never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. See you later, everyone.
Bye for now. Take care. So I'll try to make, well, I guess we still got an hour in. Alright, see you later. Bye for now. See ya.